Hello Capricorn, welcome to the channel. Sarah here. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to do a reading for you for the first half of June 2025. Keep in mind, Capricorn, that this is just a general reading, so take only what resonates, leave out what does not. And if you are interested in having a personal reading done by me, the information on how to obtain that is in the description box below. All right, I'm pulling out your first layer from this Goddess Oracle deck. I am going to pull, as you've probably already noticed, I'm pulling these off camera just because some of the images are not YouTube friendly. None of them have needed to be censored. Interesting. Okay. All right. So Capricorn, the first layer of your reading, we've got betrayal, ecstasy, responsibility, beauty, beliefs, mystery, play, illness, wellness, and the overall arching theme of this portion of your reading is sensuality. All of this amalgamates to equal something to do with sensuality. All right, so what I'm seeing here is that there's been some sort of betrayal here. A betrayal that has occurred as a result of somebody chasing something to do with ecstasy. Somebody has chased ecstasy and there's been a betrayal here. Now, what I'm seeing here is that there's something that has happened here that was done in a way where it was being kept hidden. And somebody realized that they were being deceived, is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that there's this mystery here about being played. And I'm also seeing, though, that whoever it is that feels that they've been in this situation feels a certain level of responsibility to it. There is something that's going on here, Capricorn, that is supposed to be pointing you in the direction of looking at something in yourself that is not well right now. There's something about a betrayal that is keeping you in this state of unwellness, okay? Now, either this is you who has committed this betrayal or somebody has done this against you. But I'm getting that, and I'm going to read it as it's you, is that I'm just reading, I'm going to read the reading as if I were reading this to myself. The way I do my own personal readings, because I talk to Spirit all the time about my own life. There is something that you have been conditioned to with regard to responsibility here that has you in a connection that is not very healthy. And it looks almost like you're putting up with something that you maybe need to consider. We're gonna pull out your second layer and see what comes out now. So the second part of this. So the first layer is just kind of an overview from a higher perspective as to what's going on, and then as we continue to pull out the layers, it gets more and more detailed. So mending, we're pulling out your second layer here. Treasure Island, new life, truth be told. Ooh, yes, there is something you're going to learn here. Happy, chaos and conflict, co-create, time for a nap. Okay, and the overall arching theme here is thinker. All right, so Capricorn, what I'm seeing here is that there's something that you are going to understand. You may have to make a different choices here because there's something that you are meant to understand about a situation that you've been involved in that has been keeping you very asleep. And I don't know if you're going to awaken to this, This is something that you may need to consider thinking about. It looks like you're trying to make something better here with the mending card. You're going to try and make something better because whatever this is something that is you're trying to make happy. It's showing up that you see that whatever this is that you're trying to fix is basically everything you want. What I'm also seeing, though, is that there's still chaos and conflict involved in whatever it is that you're trying to make better here. It does look like there is some, like I said, there's some sort of connection here where you and somebody else are trying to co-create this new start, this new life, because you are trying to make things happier. But there's something that you're supposed to be learning here. There's some sort of truth that's supposed to be coming out about something that you have not been awakened to yet. And you may need to think about what this is moving forward. All right, let's get the tarot. Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Cups. King of Pentacles. Look at all these court cards. Two of Cups in reverse. Eight of Swords. Oh, Seven of Swords. Jumps out. Ten of Cups in reverse. And the Two of Pentacles. And the overall arching theme is the Ten of Wands in reverse. So this has something to do with releasing a burden of some sort. There is something that has got you feeling perturbed here. There's something that has got you feeling upset and almost like this cold, cruel energy that maybe it's either you or somebody who you're connected to. And whatever it is has something to do with feeling trapped. You're feeling trapped. You're in this. What I'm seeing here is that there's this feeling of love and compassion, or you felt like you had that, and that's what I was seeing here, is that there's something that you feel like you're responsible for here. But somebody's not being honest with you, and it's making you feel trapped. Now, what I'm seeing here is that there may be this feeling, so whatever it is that you've been connected to has been proven to not be your happily ever after. There's been some sort of fallout in love. There may be some sort of feeling of unrequited love, or just that you're feeling like you're being juggled. For some of you, this may be a connection where somebody has not been totally upfront and honest about something. Because it may actually be pertaining to another connection, because I do see the Two of Pentacles here. I'm just getting this energy of strategy or dishonesty here that's making you feel trapped. You're feeling trapped, and it does look to me, Capricorn, like you have a choice moving forward, and it has to do with releasing a burden and getting out of a trap. Can we get more on this energy? When we get to the end, we're going to go through all the placements. We've got Snake. Whew. Dice. Stars. Fish. Lily. Key. Yeah. Main person showing up as female. And thoughts thinker. There's something you're meant to be thinking about here. The overall arching theme is high honor. So the snake shows up here as the first card. So there's somebody here who's lashing out with the intention to do harm. There's this feeling of being trapped. I don't know if this is you or somebody in your energy, but The lily, sorry, see, somebody doesn't want me talking. So the lily has something, often has something to do with either healing. It can have something to do with sexual stuff too. I'm getting that there's some sort of gamble. There's something that you're taking a risk on here, or somebody has taken a risk. There's something that has not come to light for you on something quite yet, and there's something that you're meant to gain clarity on or gain an answer on here. This is going to be the key towards understanding how to get actually get happy here. There's something that's been written in the stars too, by the way. So whatever it is that's happening in your life right now is fated to happen. This is something that you were meant to learn here. This has something to do with your resources and there's something, okay, so there we saw beliefs, we see thinker, we see thoughts. There's something in your belief system right now that has you holding on to an energy that is potentially bringing out the worst in you. Okay? And it may be because you feel an attachment due to resources. Okay? It does look like there's been some sort of gamble. I'm seeing a gamble with regard to trying to make something work here, because whatever it is that you're trying to make work is actually, like I said, it's bringing out the worst in you. So let's get to the next layer, which is this golden deck. Courage, adventure, authority, reflection, magic, beginning, on the table. And the last card is real passion. And the overall arching theme of this portion of your reading is opportunity. So what I've been noticing here, Capricorn, is that whoever it is that I'm connecting to here has a belief system that's been kind of driving you to make the decisions that you're making. I'm seeing here that there's a potential that if you can actually have the courage to get out of that mentality, and it's not going to be easy because it's something you're conditioned to, it has something to do with understanding what it is that you really want in your connections. And having the ability to say, this is what I deserve, okay? It does look like you have potentially been living under the authority of somebody else. And you are meant to be in this situation reflecting on things that you have gone through. And this connection may be something that has been long and drawn out. And I'm seeing that there's been potentially some level of unfairness here. But it does look like if you can find the courage to do something different, like this is almost like radical for you. This is an adventure. And this is something that you've potentially been manifesting, which has something to do with maybe moving on to a new beginning, starting something new. Because you're going to know, you need to know what it is that you actually want. After having lived under, I'm getting is somebody who has really tried hard to make something work. And almost like whatever it is that you tried to make work is kind of, there's like this lack of appreciation involved here. Like you had to sacrifice so much to make something work here, and now it's kind of not working out. And so it's bringing out a part of you that you didn't even think could exist here. And you're going to have to reflect on something. And it has something to do potentially with living under the authority of somebody else. and understanding where your real passions lie. There is an opportunity for you to come to terms with this part of yourself, as long as you can start to really, it looks like if you can get yourself in a position where you have the courage to move on to a new beginning, you're going to start to know what it is that you really want, and you're going to be able to align yourself with something that is a real passion for you. And that could have something to do with understanding your situation and having lived under somebody else's rule. Can we get the last layer here for Capricorn, please? A year from now, in the near future, remain positive. Oh, and we've got communicate clearly. Recovery. Listen to your intuition. No need to worry. And opportunity. And that's what the last part of the reading was about as well, is there's some sort of opportunity. So the overall arching theme is reconsider. So what I had seen in the beginning portion of your reading was that there was something that you've been trying to make work, which is, even though you feel like it's going to be something that's going to make you happy, there's something rooted in your belief system that's keeping you trying to make something work that just isn't working for you, okay? So there may be something you need to reconsider in order to move towards your happiness, and there is going to be some sort of opportunity coming in for that. So it's showing up as a year from now, but I think in a year from now, I think a year from now is the longest period of time duration. That's the longest duration of time that exists in this deck. So it could be a year from now, it could be longer. It is showing up near future, so within a year, potentially there's going to be an opportunity to heal from something that's been really difficult for you. And it's unfortunate. I see so many people who go through these really difficult situations, and because of the fact that we have not come to terms with certain parts of how we are being taken advantage of, we just fly off the handle or get upset. And there are certain things that come out in us that are not, it brings out the worst in us. And that's what I was kind of seeing, is that whoever it is that I'm connected to, there's something that you have valid reasons for feeling the way you feel, but unfortunately, they may be being expressed in a way that isn't exactly healthy for you either. So you need to listen to your intuition and bring yourself into alignment with a path that is not, don't be aligned with a fearful path. No need to worry. Remain positive. As long as you communicate clearly and assert yourself, there will be opportunities here, a new opportunity. So let's go through each of these placements and we'll get the entire story for you, Capricorn. We've got a year from now. In a year from now, you're going to have some sort of courage here. And there is an energy here of somebody lashing out with the intention to do harm and doing something. The Queen of Swords in reverse. It looks like for some of you, this may have to do with having the courage to actually face this part of yourself. For others of you, this may have to do with actually facing somebody who has been this way with you. But I'm getting it's you, because I feel like you have potentially felt like you've been betrayed here. And you're going to have an opportunity to try and heal from this. And it is showing up in a year from now. So in the near future, we've got something to do with it. You're gonna have a gamble. It's gonna have to do with moving on to something else. There's gonna be something radical there's something that you would normally have never considered before, And whatever this is going to have you more aligned with your compassionate and loving and intuitive side. And it's going to be something that's going to bring you something great, some great fortune here. This may be an actual connection here. We do see ecstasy, but you are going to be recovering. It's showing up that you have the potential to heal something from something. And it's something that you're manifesting. I see magic here. I am getting that there's something. This may be an actual sexual connection, or this is just something that you need to heal from. There's something that has kept you trapped. It's been in this field. Okay, here's what I've got. You're trapped in a situation where you believe you are happy, and you're not. You're trapped. You're actually trapped. And and whatever this situation is, you have not been treated very well in this connection. It looks like there's been a betrayal and everything else. And this may have been whoever it is that you are connected to, who has you in this energy, may be peddling a story to make it look like you are the crazy one. And for as long as you are trying to make something work, and I just want to say this may only be a message for a select few people, but I have to say it because it's coming through. You may be involved in a connection with somebody who is trying to make you look a certain way, and when you respond in the ways that you do to an actual betrayal, they now have leverage to be like, see, this person is behaving this way. So listen to your intuition. You do have a new beginning that's going to give you answers as to there's been some sort of deception here that is causing chaos and conflict in your life. And there's something that you are still unaware of that's going on here. And you are being, I feel like there's somebody who's being really dishonest with you. And there's almost like you don't even know what it is that's causing you to feel derailed. It's almost like I'm getting like this really strong sense of gaslighting or even like coercive control going on here. We've got no need to worry. As long as you stay out of this path of fear, and you can figure out what it is that you really do want and put those demands on the table, you're going to start to understand something about how whatever it is that you've been involved in has not been a happily ever after. And you might start to realize something about. It does look like somebody has been bored and they're trying to find something. I'm getting that there has been a betrayal. Somebody's trying to keep themselves occupied with something or entertained. But whatever it is that's causing them to want this entertainment and seeking this, and it looks like it's due to something to do with ecstasy. There's been a betrayal. So you need to remain positive. There's something that's written in the stars. You're meant to be understanding something about an authority figure in your life. You do have a new life here. And it has to do, and you do have a responsibility to potentially move into this new direction. So you need to communicate clearly. Here's what I've got, okay? If you can have the courage to remove yourself from whatever it is that's causing you to feel this way, if this does resonate at all, you will have the opportunity to reflect on something here. And it's going to allow you to actually be able to put words to it. Almost like there's something that you're still unclear on here that is causing you to feel derailed in some way. And it looks like it has to do with a betrayal. But if you can actually reflect on this after things become more calm for you, getting away, getting things calm, you will actually be able to articulate this It does look like there is a fallout in love here, or there may be unrequited love. But this does affect your resources in some way. But there is some sort of clarity you are going to gain here. There is some sort of clarity that you're going to gain, and it has to do with being able to reflect on a situation that is causing you to feel really, really unhappy. I think that this is something we really need to, like, as a collective, there are things that cause people to become derailed in connections, and sometimes it's because you're dealing with a narcissist. I'm just going to say it. Sometimes you're just dealing with a narcissist who is gaslighting you and making you feel a certain way, and it's causing you, and and because of the fact, I'm just seeing a lot of energy here that would suggest that but there's a Capricorn who I'm connecting to who is under a dense, thick fog of confusion here. And it's because somebody is manipulating a situation to keep you confused. And if you can get yourself out of this confusion and chaos, you will start to understand something. But sometimes you have to get out of it. You have to get out of the gaslighting in order to see something more clearly. There is an opportunity going towards something that's a real passion for you, but it has something to do with a thought pattern that you've been holding on to that you may need to let go of. Like there's going to be a tower moment likely that's going to have to actually break that down, or you're going to actually have to come to these realizations on your own. But it does, yes, exactly. You're still sleeping. It's showing up that you're still not awakened to something. There's something that needs to be awakened to, and it may have to do with being juggled or not being made a priority. And it's got you in a state of illness still. So in order to get to wellness, we need to start maybe removing ourselves from energies that are keeping us confused. So you need to reconsider what you're doing right now, because there is an opportunity where you are going to be held in extremely high honor. So if you're concerned about any of this energy following you, it will not follow you if you make the right decisions, and it will allow you to let go of this heavy burden that you've been holding on to, and it's going to change the way that you think. This is actually going to change your conditioning, or it's going to actually make you reflect on your conditioning in some way. And this has to do with how you understand the world through your senses. So Capricorn, that is your reading for the first half of June 2025. Thank you so much for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. And until I read you again, take care and bless.